Hey everybody, we are live tonight. Hello everybody. All right, so I'm excited for tonight. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to pop on. So if you're catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know that you are catching this live video, although you are not live, okay? So really excited because we're going to be talking about being closed off to love tonight. And, if you don't know by now, but I work with a lot of women that have been through toxic relationships and can identify with codependency. So let me know if that is you in the comments below. Let me say hello. If you are on Facebook, let me know that you're here by giving me your name, because StreamYard does not let me see your names. So we are live on 3 different platforms: my Facebook group, Turning Pain into Power for Codependent and Empath women, and also my Facebook page, which is DeesDivineGuidance. And if you're over in YouTube, I love you guys as well. So you can check out my YouTube channel, DeesDivineGuidance, over there. All right, all monthly and mid-months of November are up for tarot. So go ahead and check out your sign. So hello, Bern. Hello, Tracy. Hi, Hope. Oh, you start tomorrow. Yay, awesome. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Let's see, Nancy's here. Hello. Awesome. All right. So who's excited about this topic tonight? It's kind of like I don't know if I'm excited, because if we're closed off, it's like we don't even know it, or maybe we do know it, but we don't really know how to get around it. And that's really what we're going to be talking about tonight, is really figuring out, first of all, are you closed off to love? So I'm excited about this topic because it's close to my heart. So because I have been here recently, just getting out of it, I think. All right. So first thing I will say, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you are on Facebook, go ahead and give me some love in the comments. Give me some emojis in the comments and let me know that you guys are excited for tonight's topic. I always bring spirit in, so whatever they have to tell you, they're coming in hard today too, okay? Because they're making me feel like they want you to open your heart. And that's why we're going to be doing a heart chakra healing tonight as well, because it's really about opening your heart to that love again. And I know that if you've been through toxic relationships, dealt with manipulative people, stayed too long in relationships that weren't healthy for you, maybe destroyed your self-worth, it can be really hard for you to open your heart up again to somebody else. A lot of the times, and I'm going to go through like a bunch of different things that could be happening with you right now. Hey, Marsha, haven't seen you in a while. Brandy, hello. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Oh, whoever that is from Boise, hello. Laura, hello. All right. So, and again, if you're catching me with the replay, I do go live every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this is when I'm saying hi to everyone, because they're actually here with me live. All right. So the first thing I will say, though, is when I work with women through my From Pain to Power mentorship program, first thing I love is when they are not in relationships, okay? If they are in a toxic relationship, that's one thing. We're going to have to do a little bit more work, because I really feel like you're in the lion's den when you are in this relationship, a toxic one with a narcissist, okay? But if they are after toxic relationships, it's really key that you take time to heal for yourself. And they bring my attention to my favorite thing about marriages. If you look at a lot of divorced people, a lot of them go to their 3rd marriage, all right? And I don't know the statistics, but I'm saying this is what I've seen in my reality. But a lot of them will go to their 3rd marriage. And I think it's because they get out of the 1st marriage, they get divorced, and then they immediately run into the next marriage. And then that doesn't work out. And then maybe possibly 2 things happen. Either they learn their lesson and find someone that they actually love, right? Or that they take time to heal themselves so that they can, find that self-worth and then attract the right person into their lives. So it's key that you do take time after relationships to heal yourself, to regroup a little bit, to let go of that person, because even if you didn't want to be in the relationship, you're still connected to that person in some way. All right. So really important to take that time to heal. So that is first and foremost what I want my point to be to you guys is, please do not jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, because that's doing nobody any good. All right. Hey, Jan, I see you. Oh, hey, Alice, I think it is. Thank you. Thank you for loving my channel. Awesome. All right. So let's get into what it could look like if you are closed off from love. And I'm not going to be talking about like the general things here of like, you're just basically not looking. I'm really talking to you if you are saying that you want love. And this is a really good time. I actually just have to bring this up, like, because the new moon was just here. So the setting the intentions is really powerful right now. If anybody else feels the energy around this new moon, it was kind of a little bit funky. So definitely just realize that this is a perfect time to be discussing this and really getting clear on like what you want. And yeah, Alice says that I'm closed, but I want it. Exactly. So I'm talking to you, right? The woman that wants the love, is looking for the love, might be on the dating sites, might be putting themselves out there, might be asking their friends, like if they know of anybody, because let's get honest, like, the older we get, I guess, and the more crazy this world gets, it's harder to find somebody. Okay. So the dating sites is where like everybody goes, although it's a narcissist heaven in there. So just be careful on those dating sites. But you're looking for that love, and you might even find somebody, right? You might find somebody on the site. You might find a friend of a friend. I'm hearing brother for some reason. So there's a brother here. Like, I don't know why I'm hearing brother, but you might find a brother of someone that you know. But definitely thinking that you're out there and that you're putting yourself out there. But in reality, you're still closed off because of heartbreak that you've been through before. And I have a list here. So of course I'm going to go through my notes so I don't forget anything with you guys. But this could look like, so, the obvious things here is that maybe you're not over your ex. So you think you're looking, but then you're really still attached to your ex. Sorry if that's the case. We don't want that to be the case. So we got to heal from that relationship. I do have a Get Over Your Ex challenge in my Reiki Vault membership, but definitely if you're in that, if you are in that position, we really have to ask yourself, why are you still attached to somebody that doesn't want you? And get over trying to want them back. And I guess we're going to go everywhere. And I had this feeling, I'm like, I don't know where we're going tonight. So we're just going to kind of spiritually take what's happening. They want you to know, if I can get it back, hold on. I'm going to lose it more now. Oh man, I lost it. Hold on. What was I just talking about? You wanting them back. Okay, maybe I wasn't supposed to share it. I forget. Oh, Laura, it's 1 a.m. your time. Oh boy. Oh, but you're staying up. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, I'll get back to that. So getting over your ex. So if you are attached to your ex, again, ask yourself, I'm going to just go through this again. Why do you want to be with someone that doesn't want you? And then also ask yourself, what do you miss about them? Like, and why do you want them back? And that wasn't where I was going, but we're going to keep continuing on. Okay. Now, the other thing here is that, just looking at my notes here, just want to see which way we're going. Yeah, I guess we're going to dive into it. All right. So we are just going to talk about all of it. So basically there's many, many different ways that you can be closed off from love and not even know it. Okay. So you might, again, be out there and you're looking and you think you're open, you think you're ready, but then all of a sudden someone comes in and then all of a sudden it's not the perfect person. So this is one way that you can be sabotaging yourself from love, is because after being in toxic relationships, you can be so scared that you're going to get into another one, which I work with a lot of women that have that fear, is that they think they're going to get into another toxic relationship. So that this person that they're calling in, this person that is going to be their partner, has to be the perfect person. And we start to look at all the flaws of this person. So like, maybe the way that they comb their hair, or maybe the way they eat their food, or, these little things that are really not that big of a deal in the big scheme of things, in the scheme of love. But we start to nitpick all these different traits or habits about the person, and then we sabotage it because we're like, no, we can't be with that type of person. Like, nope, I'm not settling. I am not settling. I am not settling. And we end up actually closing our heart down and saying like, nope, that's not for me, and pushing them away. All right. So that is one thing that you can do in order to kind of sabotage yourself. So we're talking a lot about sabotaging here. and being closed off for love, because you think that you have to find the exact right person, that soulmate, right? Which we all know what that looks like, especially if you've been with a narcissist. And it's not going to be your soulmate connection right off the bat. All right. And if it is, it's in a very indirect, nonchalant type of way. It's not that honeymoon, oh my gosh, I'm in love type of feeling. It's like, wow, this person kind of really gets me, but let's continue this on, and really take your time in the beginning of relationships. So don't be so quick to let them go, but don't be so quick to jump on in either. All right. It's a healthy balance in between the two. Okay. So you're looking for the perfect partner. Another way that shows that you're closed off for love is that you go for the unavailable man, okay, or women, because I know there's some guys in here, love you too. But you go for the unavailable people, the people that are already in a relationship, the people that work too much, the people that actually tell you they don't want a commitment. They literally say it to you, yet you're like, that'll change. That'll change. Right? And you start to really go for these people because you know that there's no commitment there. And it's kind of a safety zone for you where you don't really have to open your heart that much because there's no commitment coming. So you can dip your toe in, you can dip your toe out, right? Whenever you want it, it's there, but you don't have to have it. And it's not going to hurt you. And that's like the biggest message I want to get through tonight, is that the deep down fear, and it could be very subconscious, is that you're afraid of getting hurt again. Therefore, we close ourselves off. Okay, so really important to understand that. And I wrote down here, so you're afraid you are afraid that things will not work out, so you sabotage the relationship. Again, and that's by nitpicking, that's by closing yourself off, that's by, taking yourself out of the equation, like maybe, making yourself busy with friends or work or anything like that. All right. And that's what I have written here. Say, I'm just going down the line here. Make excuses. So you don't have time. So that's another thing for me. For a long time, it was about business. Like, nope, don't have time to date because I have my business to run. I've got my business to run. I have to get this up and going and all this stuff. So you might be also making excuses. So if you feel as though, no, I don't have time to do that, it's the underlying, and I wrote this in the post, like subconscious closed off. It is subconscious. It's so deep that you don't even realize that you're doing it, but you're sabotaging yourself because you literally are making yourself so busy because you don't want to get into the relationship to get hurt again. And this other stuff like business or volunteering or hobbies or whatever, they are things that are safe. So therefore, it's easy for you to go that way because you don't want to get hurt in another relationship. And again, especially after toxic relationships. So let me know if this is resonating with you. I see, yep. But definitely a lot of this. Yep, that's me, built up all these walls and excuses. Yes, and we don't have that heart chakra open, which is why we're doing a heart chakra healing tonight, okay? The other way that you can be closed off is because you don't love yourself enough yet to love somebody else. And to truly be in that type of relationship, and I want to be very clear here, because a lot of us that don't love ourselves will get into a relationship, but those are the toxic relationships because you're going to give way too much of yourself to somebody else. So what I'm talking about here is that you don't love yourself enough to open up completely and love somebody else. So if you don't love yourself, it's kind of really hard to love somebody else for all that they are. If you don't accept who you are, how can you accept somebody else for who they are? So you don't love yourself. And this goes back to the childhood healing, which I'll talk to a little bit at the end about this. Okay. But you don't love yourself either. I already talked about not over your ex. So you want to make sure you're completely over your ex before you go get into another relationship. Because again, it's human nature that we want to be in a relationship. So we are human beings. We want that connection. And when we don't get the connection, also, by the way, if you're watching this live, I do have a summit coming out with overcoming loneliness and depression. So definitely make sure you join that. It's in the community tab on Facebook and YouTube, and it's all over the place. You'll see it. So definitely sign up for that, because what I talk about in there is really important regarding loneliness, but that's another topic. Okay. But we want that connection. So even if you're not over your ex, you still might get into another relationship because you want that connection. Yet you're not giving them your all because your energy and love is still stuck with somebody else. So you want to be very, very aware of that as well. This is my favorite because I'm working with someone like this, and it was me too. But like, we can be sabotaging ourselves with love because we're too friggin' comfortable in our lives. And by comfortable, especially with winter coming in where I'm at, but like, we are so comfortable living in sweatpants and like not getting ready for ourselves. And I'm going to talk about manifestation. Let me write that down so that I remember I'm going to talk about that. But we get too comfortable in our life. Like, we get too comfortable in our routine. We get too comfortable in our clothes. We get too comfortable not wearing makeup, right? We get way too comfortable, and it's like, oh, just thinking about getting into a relationship and all that work, right? Got to shave my legs again. Like, it was funny because I talked about that in the manifest course. I was like, when you're trying to manifest, this is one of the biggest things. When you're trying to manifest love into your life, if you have any of these things that I'm talking about, your energy is holding you back from actually manifesting your soulmate. So you have to realize all of these things and let them come up for you and heal them and open up that heart chakra so that you can then be like, okay, I'm actually ready for a relationship now. All right. Laser hair removal is awesome. I love that. All right. Okay, so you're living too comfortably. You're living way too comfortably, coming home, snuggling in bed all the time, not having to get dressed, like all that stuff. So that can be one way that you're completely closed off from love. Even though you're on the online sites, when you actually think about going out on a date, it's like you skeeve a little bit because you're like, oh man, that's so much work and I really don't want to do that, okay? So living too comfortably. Yeah, you don't want to open up to get hurt again. So that's the biggest thing. And that's really the underlying factor of all of this, is where you're scared, and that's okay. That fear is real and it's justified because of what you've been through in those past relationships. All right. So just realize that. The other thing is you like your freedom. For me, it's like, I love living by myself. Like, I mean, I know I have 2 kids, but like, I like my freedom. I like, being able to, if the house is a mess, it's a mess, and I don't have to meet anybody else's expectations, right? So it's like liking that freedom, but also liking the control you also have around your life, and bringing someone else into it can change that. So you have to be very aware of if this is you. And therefore, you might be sabotaging yourself with love because you actually like being alone. And to be honest, like with the women that I bring through the mentorship program, like that is my goal for them, is to love being alone, is to love being by themselves, and either like physically just by themselves, or just emotionally and like relationship wise by themselves, because I want them to love their lives so much that they will not settle for that narcissistic person coming into it. That person has to be something that lifts them up in order to even think about being with them. So that's where I would love everyone to be before you get into a relationship, because that tells me that you're not going to settle for that person that lowers your energy, because your energy is so high without them. So, got to realize all these different things. And then this is another one. This is a huge one. Let me just see what other notes I have here. Okay, 2 more huge ones here, so stick with me. I'm trying to get my music to like stay with me and not have to turn this thing back on. So for our little heart chakra. But 2 things, and then we're going to get into our heart chakra healing, okay? And if I missed your comments, I'll try to take a look. This is huge. So you don't trust yourself to make the right choice. Let me know if that's you in the comments. Do you trust yourself to make the right choice for your partner? And again, if you've been through those toxic relationships, it's going to be really hard for you to trust yourself in picking your next partner, because obviously you didn't do a good job before, And you probably didn't do a good job before that. And if you're anything like me, you probably didn't do a good job before that either, right? So you probably have this whole experience of picking the wrong partners. So it can be really hard for you to open that heart chakra up because you don't trust yourself enough. And that goes into trusting and healing your childhood. Again, if you haven't seen those videos, check them out on this channel or in the Facebook group. Yeah, so somebody says, I can't see your name, that says, don't know if I can trust my own judgment. And Krista says, 2 years ago, that was definitely me. And sometimes I don't. So you guys are definitely resonating with that. So you don't trust yourself to make the same choices. So you close yourself off. And again, you could be out there looking. You can want it, right? You can want that love, but subconsciously you're closed off because you're scared and there's fear there. And that's what we're talking about here, okay? And the last thing that I'm going to mention here, hold on. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to mention here is that you don't want to feel that vulnerable again. That was a hard one for me too, is because I remember like what it was in like the very beginning when I was codependent and like clingy and like needing that love and wanting to be with the person every single minute of every single day. And, you know, I didn't want to feel that way again. I wanted to be strong and I wanted to be independent. And it was hard to understand the balance between the two, if that makes sense. So sometimes you might be closed off because you don't want to open up and be vulnerable in order to get hurt. So all of these things here, all of them really, even like the freedom, even though you like living alone, there's still an underlying fear of, we'll say two things, of basically getting hurt again or giving up yourself for a relationship. So this could be giving up your work, giving up your career. It could be giving up your kids, giving up your time. It could be all of these different things. But the fear really is that you are not going to find someone that actually adds to all of that. We believe that we're going to find people that take away from all of that. And that's, so there's two fears here that we're discussing. So one of the major ones is that you don't want to get hurt again. But this other fear and this other belief, really, it's a subconscious belief, is that you will not find someone that adds to your life. You're going to find someone that takes away from it. And that goes back to all the things that you've been through in the past, all of the toxic relationships that you've been through in the past that have taken away from your life. So be very aware and very clear with yourself with these beliefs. So let me know in the comments, do you think I nailed them all? Is there any other ones that you have that you think you got up? So yeah, so we're definitely talking about having walls up. Really, you know, this is the wall around the heart chakra. Now the heart chakra, I love the heart chakra because the heart, oh, I didn't even realize I wore green today. I did not do that on purpose. Look at that. That's awesome. And I don't wear color. I was like, I think I've done too many videos in black shirts. So I was like, maybe I'll put some color, and I put green on. So this is perfect for the heart chakra. But anyway, so the heart chakra, I love the heart chakra, just not because it's your heart and it's love, but this is where all of your memories are stored. And this is what I say. Any other teachers can teach you whatever they want. But for me, and as an energy healer, this is where all of your emotions are. This is all where your memories and your emotions are stored. Okay. I know the sacral chakra is where your trauma is stored. I get that, but stick with me here. Okay. This is where our triggers come up. So if you're not over your ex, say he drove a red truck. When you're out on the street and you see the red truck, your energy starts to go like this, right? Because maybe it's him, maybe it's not him, or maybe it's just bringing up all the memories of him, and everything starts to come up right here. It's all in your heart chakra that it comes up, and you feel it like in your chest, right? It's a little bit of anxiety, it's a little bit of all these different things, and it's in that heart chakra. So what I want to do tonight is I want to walk you through not even a guided meditation. I'm just going to talk about it, and then we're going to go into an energy healing. And if you've never done energy healing with me before, yay. You guys are just going to close your eyes and listen to some music, and I'm just going to connect the divine energy with your energy to release some blockages there, okay? This is obviously a group healing, so you should get some impact, but obviously not as much as a one-on-one, okay? Just putting that out there. But we're gonna open up that heart chakra for you so that you can start to feel vulnerable. And I did a feminine energy activation yesterday in the Reiki Vault membership, where it's like starting to not be so masculine and in control all the time, and letting your intuition flow and really getting back into that feminine energy. Whether you're a male or a female, it does not matter, but really connecting to that feminine energy and opening yourself up to receiving. And this is a huge thing. When we are closed off, we're a lot in our masculine energy. So therefore we are in control and we are the givers, but not the receivers. And with opening our heart chakra tonight, we are opening it to receive love and trusting yourself. And if you haven't done enough healing, definitely reach out to me. I'm going to tell you after the healing where you can do that. But if you haven't done that healing and you're really, really scared, I mean, there's levels of fear, right? There can be a little bit of fear. I've done all the work. I know I can trust myself, but there's still a little bit of fear. Or there's like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that again. Like, there's no way I'm going to find the person. I don't even think I'm worthy of that person. A good guy comes along. I don't even know what to do with them, right? That was my story. So, so there's levels of fear there, but tonight we're going to open up that heart chakra. Okay. So get comfy, get in like a little comfortable position. You can sit up, you can lay down. It's only going to be a few minutes, and hopefully you're catching me live. I don't know what Facebook or YouTube is going to do to my music. I think it's royalty free, but they claimed it on YouTube when I did my new moon thing. So we'll see what happens. So hopefully it doesn't block out, but we will definitely see what happens. Okay. So go ahead and get comfortable. And I'm just going to have you close your eyes. And I just want you to imagine. So if we're talking about walls, all right, imagine having this green wall in front of your heart right now. Yeah, like think of it as like a brick wall, okay? And we're going to start to kind of chip away at this wall, and we want to open it up. So I'd actually like you to think of it as a gate. And this is when I talk about boundaries, where a lot of us think boundaries is a wall because that wall protects us. And I'll go into this a little bit. I know we might run over time, but the wall protects us. However, the wall also harms us because it doesn't allow the good in. It keeps everything out. It keeps the bad out and it keeps the good out. So it'll keep the good people out as well, whether that be relationships or even friendships. But if you are, the other thing about closed off is that you are scared to get close to people. You're scared because they might leave, and that's abandonment issues, okay? So if you're feeling that way, you might have that wall up and you don't let yourself get too close to people. You kind of cut it off before you start to feel that connection and feel like, quote unquote, you're like depending on them a little bit, or that you have that need to want to reach out and talk to them all the time. So you might cut that off quicker. So instead of a wall, let's backtrack, right? Instead of this green wall, I want you to think of it as a green gate. And the gate is good because you have, well, actually, let's think of it as a fence, okay? And then you have the gate, all right? The gate gets to open and close. And if you took my boundary challenge, you know what I'm talking about. The gate, you get to open for the good, but keep it closed for the bad. And this is where we talk about the trust. Right? You have to trust yourself and love yourself enough to have these boundaries and also enforce them. And that's a whole nother thing that I go over in the mentorship program. But so think about this as a gate. And I want you to think about during this healing meditation here is that you are opening this gate to let love in. And we're going to talk about the heart chakra is the green. That's why I'm wearing green, even though I didn't know. So just realize that we want to kind of shine that green light. No, they're telling me we want to bring the green light in. All right. So we're going to open the gate and we're going to imagine this beautiful green energy coming into your heart and filling it and healing it with all the pain and all of the trauma that you've been through in the past, all those memories that are hurtful. And I also know, like, if this is a good sign to know if you've healed or not, is that when you talk about something, if you get emotional, that means you have not healed from it. Okay. So just putting that out there. So if you get emotional when you talk about something, you have not healed from it. So we are going to imagine this beautiful green light coming into our heart with our gate open and coming into our heart and healing all of those things that we still get emotional about. All right. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a visualization. And I know through my 21 days course that not everybody can visualize. So if that doesn't work for you, you can imagine, we all have different senses, right? Different abilities. So if you can't visualize something, maybe feel a green energy, feel heat on your heart. You can also, you might be able to hear, or you just might be able to sense some green energy around you, or just love, really. That's like that. If you are a clairsentience person, you're going to kind of feel like just this love energy around you. All right. So hopefully that helps you if you cannot visualize anything. Okay. Krista says, all I can picture is Minecraft. Oh, you're funny. Watching the kids stuff. Yes. All right. Tracy says, learning self-love has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. So worth it. And now reaping the benefits finally. Awesome. Self-love is amazing. And that's, like I said, that's where I would love everybody to get to, where they love themselves so much that they don't need anybody else, but they want somebody else in their lives. And, anyway, so yeah, that's another topic. Okay. Anyway, so let's get into this. So go ahead and close your eyes. Let me just make sure this music is set up. Usually it turns off if I don't have it. So let's see, but it's been playing. So let's see. Works, yay. Okay, let me get my good music. All right, we're gonna have to do this. All right, so go ahead, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And let it out. And stay with me till the end, okay? Go ahead and take another deep breath in. We're going to call your spirit guide in with you now to help you open your heart chakra to receiving the love that you want in your life. And go ahead and let it out. And take another deep breath in. So at this time, I want you to imagine that green gate in front of your heart. And I want you to imagining it slowly opening. Go ahead and let that breath out. And as it opens and opens wider and wider until the gate is fully open with complete access to your heart. And at this point, I want you to imagine this beautiful green light, if you can, shining directly into your heart. And as it does, it lets go of any of those painful memories. It lets go of any of the pain, any of the emotions that you still have attached to any of these relationships that have hurt you in the past. Let's go ahead and take one more deep breath in. And let it out. Okay, whatever thoughts come in, just let them come in and let them go out. Here we go. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and let it out. And take another deep breath in. Give your body a nice little stretch and go ahead and let that out. And take another deep breath in. And go ahead and let it out. And you can open your eyes when you are ready. Tracy says, my heart chakra has been exploding this week. I can feel the energy radiating out. Awesome. I love that. It's beautiful. When that heart chakra is open, let me know how you guys felt about that. And sorry if you heard my dog barking. Yeah, let me know how that felt for you. And when you open up your heart chakra, you start to see things with love all of the time. You start to see people with love. Let me know if I'm still here. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing some comments. I'm like worried that they shut me down. They've done that to me before. So definitely, keep that heart chakra open. So say for the next week, and especially like I said, with the new moon energy that we just had, and even if you're catching the replay, it doesn't matter. Just realize that when you keep that heart chakra open, they're telling me like one thing that like a mantra or something that you can say like an affirmation is that it's okay for me to be open. It is safe for me to be open. So really important to keep reminding yourself that you're not the same person that was in that last relationship. And I said, at least I hope so, right? At least I hope that you have taken some time to heal, if not a lot of time to heal, but you are not that same person. So therefore, you are not going to make the same decisions because you know better now, which you might not have known better then. Okay. So just realize that and start to trust yourself more about that, and keep that heart chakra open and see how that feels. And it's not just with relationships, but it's also with everything else in your life and all the people in your life. You let go of judgment of others. You see people with love, no matter, even your narcissistic ex, you can see with love. I can see my ex-husband with love. Do I want to be with him? No. But I can see him, the good parts of him. Doesn't mean I want to be with him, right? Doesn't mean that he's a good partner, right? But I can see those good parts, and that's what I focus on rather than focusing on the negativity, okay, all the negative parts. So opening up that heart chakra literally can change your life in so many different ways, okay? So Toya says emotion, so that was emotional for you. Ali says that was beautiful, thank you. Laura says that was amazing, awesome. Laura, yes. Toya, you're here. Thank you. I didn't see any comments. I'm like, oh gosh, I hope I'm still live. Extreme Creation says that your chest is much lighter. Sonia, give me hearts. Thank you. Laura Bethy says love. Awesome. True. Laura says, feel more peaceful. Thank you. Definitely want to drop the judgment. Such a burden. Yes. And when you start to open yourself up to just loving everybody, and I know, believe me, I'm not that woo. I'm not that like peace, love, and happiness person. I have a hashtag spiritually human, right? So we still have that human side, but we can still, with our humanness, see love in everything. Okay. You're welcome, Denise. A Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are, says you release some emotional pain from my heart. Tears of healing release. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, good. I'm glad that this helped you guys. Thank you for helping me to see more. You're amazing. Oh, thank you. All right. Awesome. You're feeling much lighter. Thank you. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. Okay, great. So I'm so excited that that has helped you. If you are in the position where you do feel like you have a lot of fear around getting into another relationship and you want to kind of see if my From Pain to Power mentorship is a good fit, this is an 8-week program that I bring women through to really help them heal their childhood wounds. And I did another video about childhood, but a lot of this, the reason that you've gotten into those first toxic relationships is because of what you went through in your childhood. So I'm going to leave a link in here in the comments here if you want to kind of answer a few questions to see if you are a good fit for the program. There is an investment for the program, so be very aware. I'm looking for women who are ready. They're at that point where you are ready to invest in yourselves. And I know because you've been through toxic relationships that we are the givers, right? We talked about that tonight. We give, but we don't allow ourselves to receive. And you have to allow yourself to receive in this mentorship program, because you are receiving, you are giving yourself the gift of investing in yourself financially, but also emotionally. So you have to be ready at that point that you're sick of it. You're sick of feeling this way. You are sick of getting into these relationships and attracting the wrong type of people. And you're really ready for that soulmate type of connection and love. And you want to love yourself first before you go ahead and get into that other relationship. You want to trust yourself to make those right decisions. So if that is you, you can see if you are a good fit for the program with this link here. Let me just write here so that you guys know what this is. You can see, and you can join the other women that are already changing their lives. And if you sign up for, if you are a good fit and you sign up for a call with me, you will see all of the women that have gone, not all of them, but a lot of them that have gone through the program and have made major transformation in their lives. And you can do this in such a short period of time. And I love this right now because we're heading into 2021. And I have said this many, many times already to the people in my mentorship, to everybody that I talk to. I strongly feel that November and December is the month of reflection. And I feel as though it's the month of downtime. And it's time to really take time for you, because I feel as though if you are not in the right spot, and I'm not saying this to scare, but this is the energy that I've been feeling. If you are not in the right mindset, if you haven't learned the lessons from 2020, when you go into 2021, it's going to pass you by. You're not going to be able to grasp it. Okay. And I'm not saying it's going to be like a traumatic year, but I feel like the energy of 2021 is going to move really, really fast. And if you're not in the place to take advantage of that, then it's going to pass you by is all I'm saying. Okay. So if you want to, by the time 2021 comes in, feel completely different, feel more aligned with yourself, and also trust yourself more, then go ahead and use that link to see if you're a good fit for the program. Okay. Brendan says, thank you for your wisdom, Danielle. Your words were much needed. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it helped you. Awesome program. I have healed so much. Dee is the best. Thank you. I can't see your name. But yeah, it's an amazing program. I even have therapists in there. So like, you know, you don't need years of therapy to help you through all of this. That's why we're here. That's energy. That's the power of energy healing. You just felt it in the heart chakra healing. So if you felt something like that, then energy healing is the way you want to go in order to heal yourself. Oh, I missed some comments. Thanks, Doc. I am not a doctor. Just putting that out there. I'm not a doctor. Bethy, feel much lighter. Thank you. Tracy says, beautiful, Dee. Thank you for your amazing healing energy. It was so powerful. You are such a blessing to so many. Love to all who are on this journey. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Awesome. Nancy, hi. Yes. Thank you. Yes. You've done phenomenal through the program. So it's an amazing program. Anyway, so if you're interested, check that link out. I'll put it in the description box below if you're on YouTube and catching the replay, and I'll put it up in the description box on the Facebook videos. Okay. So I just want to say much love. Keep that heart chakra open. You are here to live in love. You are here to enjoy your life. And if you are at the point where you are not enjoying your life, then something's wrong and it needs to be fixed. So reach out to me. Let's figure that out, what it is. I do have one-on-one sessions on my website, which is DeesDivineGuidance.com. You can, let's get a session in and see how I can help you. All right. Much love to all of you. Open that heart chakra, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.